It's already started. That's
yes, I just started it at 2:09.
2:09. So just now.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me just 1 second because I need to add my my clock. Okay. Who wants to start with the check-ins? Let's start from the end. From Asif. Could you please?
Yeah, hi guys. I'm a little bit down today. I'm having a cold, so I'm on the 5 today.
Okay. So, all right. Thank you so much. Like a 5. Thank you, Asif. Okay, next one will be me. I am so happy. I finally got my house ready. I mean, it's a mess because I just add the new kitchen, and it's all dirty and it's all the house is a mess and I have a lot of work to do. I'm very, very happy that I finally after I don't know 8 months my home is ready. So you're welcome to come anytime. I'm so happy. So I'm feeling like an 8. Yes. Jay?
All right. I'm probably like around a 5. Still working way too much, not getting enough sleep, just like not taking enough time for myself. I've been going since what time did I start today? I started at 11 a.m. I think. So that would be 11, 12. So it's only 2 hours. So I've been 11, 12, 1, 3 hours.
Okay.
3 hours. I've been going 3 hours straight. I haven't taken a break yet. And but I'm excited about the Andromeda session and all the exciting things that we can talk about. So yeah, that's good.
Great.
Check.
Thank you so much. Okay, Miguel, can you please go ahead and check in?
Happy to be here. I'm very thankful all the time for all of you, all your knowledge, and I'm ready to go. I'm an 8.
Okay. Okay. Jorge?
Okay, ready to start the session. I'm glad that we are having the sessions and I'm feeling like a 7.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much, Jorge. So let's go now to our desired outcomes. Okay.
I got a question. We are still in hard stop?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
why we are still in hard stop? I believe when we hire Monty, the hard stop will end.
Monty is Hawaii. We are still looking for local, which is the most important task right now because Jay needs someone to work with him and do a lot of documents there in the office. So that's the most important thing that we have. So saying that, I will say now that one of the desired outcomes.
Wait, did we get James checking in?
Oh, James is here?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry. James, could you please go ahead and check in?
Yeah, sure. Hello, guys. It's grateful that I've joined the session today. I'm feeling pretty good and I'm looking forward to a great session. I'm a 7.
Great. Thank you so much, James. It's been a long time. Right? Yeah. So, right now, we are going to discuss desired outcomes. And I would like to add to the desired outcomes to get local help, okay? That will be having Jay during the meeting, if possible, calling April. Okay, that would be
Great.
good if
Awesome.
possible. Okay, that's one idea. Then another desired outcomes that I will propose for this meeting is to remove people from the public rankings that have an answer, that are really just not interested, and there are other people that are interested and cannot be approved yet because these people are before. So will be to remove people from the public rankings and propose new people to hire. Okay, that would be my desired outcome. Then I would like to go over the payroll process, because I think there are a lot of steps that we are missing, and if we want to do the roles as co-coordinators or co-managers, I don't know what the role is, but if we want to do that correctly and then train people correctly, we need to go over the process and know it like very, very good. So one other thing will be the positions, payroll positions. Okay, I think that's very important.
And processes.
I'm sorry?
And processes.
Yeah, I already had that as a first. Go over the payroll process. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, to improve verification, and do everything better, good, and faster. Okay, so that will be my desired outcomes for today. I don't know if anyone else have any other desired outcomes for today.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that how can we make our communications more effective, especially when someone is needing our help, or when somebody needs us. We have to make our, because there should be, a thing that we should immediately, act upon when anyone needs us, right? So how can we make
okay, so like when someone needs your help, like personally or for the work?
No, for FQN.
Okay, for FQN. Okay, I understand. Yeah, we can go over that and check our communications channels, Skype, and see how we can improve it. Slack, that's what we have right now. And we also thought about, having the site back. Okay, having the site back. I would like to know personally, how can we help to get the site back and the project management software. Okay, having the sites back and how to help, because I think that's very, very I think that we need to get more recruitment, because a lot of people just get back to us during recruitment and they say, oh, your site doesn't work, and I don't know, that perhaps will make them think that we are not real or something like that. Okay, so having the sites back and how we can help. Okay, and also what you were saying about the improve the communications to make them more effective, perhaps to have the project manager software. Okay, that's very, very great. Thank you, Asif. So anyone else have desired outcomes for today?
I guess that you mentioned at the beginning, have all the payroll process reviewed in order to get the specifics for the new positions available.
Okay, great. Yes, we already have that. And someone else?
Yeah, I got some. If we got the time, I need you to help me to verify. I don't know if we can do it here. The main body team Steve and I are confirming a main body team, and we're going to pass our budget for the next for January. And you tell me that Nelly sent us the notification about to update our budget. So I already did it, and I want your help to know if I did it correctly. And that's it. Please.
Okay, great. Yeah, let's review the budget. It's very important. And someone else have other thing that they would like to accomplish during this meeting? That's a no. Okay.
Okay, do you have
I just want to say one thing, and I guess my desired outcome would be to just be thankful, and also, you know, people stepping up. Like this is amazing. Like I've never been to a meeting before where you guys just like knew everything that needs to get done. It's just awesome. You guys it's just excellent. So I'm really impressed, Nelly and everybody, for just like, you know, stepping up and just taking control, you know, being like, boom, this is what we need to do. It's just exactly what we're looking for. Check.
Right.
I can't think of anything else. It's all there. I added selling and
Right.
calendar, actually. That's the other one. I don't know if I'll have time for it, but it'd be great to review.
Maybe we can add once we are going to the priority focus of the meeting. Okay. This will start at 11 a.m. Okay. We have the setup. Okay. Hard stop and recruitment. That's the topic that we already have, and having Jay calling April. The status of the hard stop is very, very good. Call April. Public ranking changes. Recruitment budget proposal. That's very, very good. And FQ and payroll processes and positions. Then we have X-rate proposals. I'm not sure what that is, but I think it's in the
These are for exchange
priorities.
fees.
We will. Oh, exchange fees. Great. Thank you so much. Then we have the team communication that Asif mentioned, and the website plan. That's so amazing. And then Andromeda budget. Okay.
I got a note from yesterday's and previous day payroll. Get a new Bitcoin and Ether debit card.
Okay.
So that's just something that should be discussed.
Just one.
Yeah, let's get a new Bitcoin Ether debit card.
Okay. Let me add it here. Get new Bitcoin.
So,
Ether.
So I
Okay.
would say that shouldn't be part of our desired outcomes, because it's just the
cannot
probability.
do it on the session, but
yeah, that maybe. How about just learn
but maybe we
more
can
about
put
getting
it.
it. Does that make
We
sense?
learn, and maybe we can put it in our master task list, and just work on it tomorrow, because it's very important.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there's a link calendar. Yeah, because I just don't get it. That's one. And the other one is, if we have time, Jorge's entities. Okay.
That would be a goal.
I think we need to work to help.
That would be
Jay
considered
with,
a goal.
Okay.
So we go ahead and pop that under goals. Yeah.
So okay, for our goals today, okay, we have Jorge's entities, and that would be the weekly for today. Also, I think to get get the new debit card, the new Bitcoin.
So the new Bitcoin debit card is would be an internal team thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
For us, so that wouldn't be a group. I mean, it can also be a group team goal. It's fine.
Yes.
But again, we can go over this when we get to that, or if we get to that in the budget. Does that make, in the agenda.
Okay.
So now is not the time to brainstorm goals. Now is the time. No, leave it there. Leave it there.
Okay.
Right. So people have additional goals they want to note there. They can note them, especially if we don't have time to get to it.
Yeah.
But this isn't the time just to randomly brainstorm goals. It's the time to get the agenda complete so that we can focus on our priorities for the meeting.
Yeah, and I think if we can add just one goal will be local recruitment. Okay, that's yeah, because of the hard stuff. So
Yeah.
that will be like the goal for the whole week. Like get someone with J. Okay, so then let's proceed to the priority topics.
So
Okay.
wait. We have to get agreement first. So I would propose moving the Andromeda budget to be after the payroll processes and positions, because I think it's more important than team communications or website plan. Is anyone okay with that? Everyone okay with that?
No.
I'm not against. Yeah.
No objections. Okay, cool. All right. So Nelly, just to finish it up, we just want to
Yes,
make sure we
sure.
have agreement before we just jump in.
Okay. So do everyone agrees with the agenda for the meeting?
It's easier just to ask if there's any objections, but I mean, for me, the only thing is that it's just a lot. I don't know if we're gonna get through everything, but we can do our best.
Okay. Is there any objections, team?
No objections.
Okay, great.
Sorry to interrupt between.
Yeah.
When we will discuss and review the budget for Steve and Miguel, and can we discuss Sonic budget as well, if possible?
Is the Sonic budget?
Yeah.
I don't think we should, Steve, since we have like a lot of other stuff talking.
No.
Yeah, well, what I could put in here is that maybe we could do like 2 to 3 minutes on the Sonic budget. There's a quick question, and then we have under other, we have Sonic budget for 10 minutes to get more detail.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if let's hope to have all the time. Okay.
Cool. All right.
So, any other stuff that you would like to discuss, James, Steve, Miguel, Jorge?
No.
Good. Thanks.
Okay, great. So let's proceed. The topics. We already have our topics, and okay, let's start with the recruitment. Okay.
Actually, we're doing the group team setup verification is always the first section, just to make sure we're all on the same page of getting our own team set up. Yeah.
Okay, so the setup verification, we all have our positions for the meeting, right?
No. That's the meeting setup. We're talking about the team setup. Right, so here, I'll just take care of this first agenda item. We have 5 minutes, right, to do our check in on our setup our team setup. And the key here is that we should be reviewing our team setup responsibilities verification spreadsheet. So, do we even have one? I mean, where are we at with this?
I think we do have one. I mean, I think, but I just don't know where it is.
All right, well, let's start by going to the Andromedsa team doc. Okay, so next is that our notes don't even have the links to the top. So we need to train Miguel about how you link the main docs and the important docs to the top of the notes, right? So that's needs to happen, because then we just come to the top, we link the Andromeda super doc, and then we'd be able to find everything we need.
I didn't know that. If you can train me right now, I will improve it the next time I will get this doc.
So can someone explain it and just do it real quick?
Sure. We also put, since this is the main Andromeda session, we put the Andromeda super team document at the top. That's one.
And we actually also, well, that's fine. Yeah, just the Andromeda super team doc is oh, actually the other doc that we put on there is we typically put our super team, our main session notes doc, because that's where the notes are directly linked to.
And for example, if you think that other document will be needed or required to to be checking during the meeting, like perhaps the Sonic team doc, because we're going to check the budget. Perhaps that
No,
that should be
no,
also,
that's not. That goes into the notes because it's a discussion. The top of your document only should relate to the specific meeting which you're having. Right?
Okay.
Nothing else, because anything else is not applicable or related to it. If you have a topic in the discussion in our agenda, then you put under that topic, you have all the links to the necessary information about that topic. But at the top of your top of your notes, you keep it really simple, so it's really clear for people. These are the links to higher levels of our organization, and it goes directly from the Andromeda main session to the Andromeda main session notes doc and the Andromeda super team doc. So the only thing missing
what
here.
I wanted to say to Miguel is, for example, if we are in a quarter meeting or a quarter moon or a full moon session, you should be able to see the documents for not only Andromeda, but perhaps other teams or the full team, depending on the session.
And also you have to click this little button to update the table of contents as you go along so that it's updated, which is very important. So here's the Andromeda team setup responsibilities verification spreadsheet. It's probably not updated, but there it is. Then also I'm finding the Andromeda main sessions doc, which should also be linked to the top. It's not necessary to link the next level because you can link it right off this Andromeda super team doc, but the next level would be the Americas FQN community main doc, right? So that would be the actual main doc. But you can just link the super team doc, it's fine. So in the Andromeda session team doc, it also would make sense, since every single session is supposed to be reviewing our team setup, right? That we would link the verification responsibilities verifications here, right? The primary difference between our Andromeda weekly main sessions doc, this is Andromeda weekly main sessions doc, right? Is that this is very organized and it's specific to what we are all doing, not to everything else, right? It's just for the main sessions and organizing our main sessions. So this should have notes. It looks like we're missing weeks. Is that true? November 2nd. So we're missing all of the November. So missing all of November and December. Right? Do you see how we're not organized as a team? And that's why we're going through this as a team, to make sure that we're organized. You guys following here or not?
Thank you. Yes.
So missing all November. So this is a task that needs to get addressed for our notes within the Andromeda weekly main session doc. Okay. And the reason, again, we have the Andromeda weekly main session doc is because the Andromeda main weekly session doc has all of our notes and it's like a page. Whereas the Andromeda super team doc is a huge, cluttered, insane mess and connects to everything and is like literally like, I don't even know, 15 pages or something. It's ridiculously long. 5 pages, 6 pages, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17 pages. So it's just ridiculous, So if you're trying to like organize and stay focused for your main session, boom, we got our main session. So who's going to take care of this?
Let me work on it.
James. Thank you, James. Okay, so let's go on to reviewing the verification spreadsheet. So typically the verification spreadsheet review would take just a few minutes. It shouldn't take very long. This looks reasonable. Team name, well, yes. Like, okay, so this should all be to start as no. Right, so team name, yes, check. You're the Andromeda team, right?
Yes.
Super team doc, yes, check. Add main docs for each team member. I don't know if we have that updated, right? We'd have someone have to check
yes, we do have main docs for everyone.
But are they on the super team doc?
Yes, all of them.
So if I check that right now, we can confirm 100%.
Oh, to the super team. We usually, when we create one main doc, we put it on the personnel and on the Andromeda main doc. Yeah, not on the super team.
What do you mean the Andromeda main doc? There's no such thing as Andromeda main doc. Okay, so
Americas.
my point here is that this is not the time to like discuss all things here. It's like no one should say something's done unless they have it verified, that they know it's verified and confirmed. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So unless it's verified and confirmed, you don't know that it's done. Right?
Yes, we don't know.
So someone needs to take care of that. So create a template super team doc one time. So that's not applicable to Teams. That would be something else. So delete that. Main session doc. Yes, we do have a main session doc. Master docs. Do we have a decisions doc?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a master priorities list?
Yes.
Are you sure?
You're making me doubt. But yeah,
master docs and make sure they are linked to the what is it called? We have this new really cool thing. It is the list of master docs for all teams, right? So let's just go ahead and say we don't know about that. Master priorities list, master responsibilities list. I'm pretty sure we have that. Master topics list.
We have a list of tasks
master
and
task
responsibility.
list. Positions list. I don't think I have a positions list. Creating a voting form.
No, we don't have a position list.
All right. So anyways, we're pretty good here. Let's check over our responsibilities.
Okay.
This looks pretty good. Whoops, wrong way. Make sure it's all. So we could do more prioritizing our responsibilities, but the first one's the budget. Is our budget done and ready? Probably not. 20% maybe. That's a problem.
Yes, we need to work on that.
Billing. Do we do our billing? I think billing is not as high of a priority as they might think here, but
okay. We are working on it. We are updating like weekly the value tracking and the extra payroll billing, as well as all the work that we are doing every week. We are updating that.
Okay, but I think that you're a little confused here. This is billing for the Andromeda team.
Oh, okay.
Right, because this is our team setup. Mm-hmm. Right, so the answer to this is probably no. We're doing 0% on billing, work reporting, doc, worker coordination. I think we're pretty good on our work reporting, right? Maybe that's like 80%. Mm-hmm. Right. Deliverables. This is not a priority. I'm not sure why this got prioritized so high. So we obviously need to go through here and prioritize it. Our scheduling is pretty good. We have our weekly schedule, session support. Not really happening much there, but we're doing enough. 25%. Anyway, so we need to make sure this is prioritized better. Okay. And like obviously, eventually we'll go through all of them. But, we could start with like the top 10. Evaluation, accountability, not really happening. Team identity. We have our name. We've got a bunch of other things. So I would say we're at least 75% on our identity. Training, we're making a lot of progress here, but it could still use more. Task responsibility delegation could always use more. Okay, so yeah. So this is a beginning of it, and so every week we're supposed to check in on this. So I would say the number one task out of this would be, besides being our notes set up, is also be a responsibility that we have on here, where all the notes are updated. Insert. Verify all notes are updated. All main session notes are updated. Right. Very important. And this would be documentations. Cool. So do you guys all understand this? And then the other one was to prioritize and the list of responsibilities. Does anyone want to help do that?
I wish I understand even better, so I could help you.
So here are all the responsibilities that are required to be organized as a team, right? Does that part make sense?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
So then the prioritization, we need to make sure that they're prioritized correctly so that we are focusing on the right priorities.
I believe the last time that we vote for the priorities, that's how we created that list.
No, these have never been voted on, so maybe that could be a thing. We could just add the votes in here.
Yeah.
So we could just add, you know, so if we freeze the couple columns here, that gives a list of responsibilities. And over here we could do the votes, and we could have Jay, Nelly, Jorge, James, Steve. Whoops, didn't work. To the right. Cool. So then people can vote and start helping prioritize them. Okay.
I do agree. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So I think that we're done with that. We'll get back to that later, but this would be everyone. So everyone's gonna vote. Everyone votes and helps prioritize. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So I think that's it for our internal team setup.
We are missing Miguel. Let me add Miguel. Okay, Miguel. It's very important.
And then for today, we're talking about the recruitment, payroll processes, Andromeda budget, team communications, website plan, and maybe we'll get to these other things. But I think that's everything. Though I think we're good.
Okay.
So Nelly, do you want to do the next agenda item?
Yes, of course. So let's go to recruitment. I think I already have my notes here. Let me put it. I'll leave it on the top. Give me just 1 second. Just 1 second. Let me just copy paste them again. Okay. The first item for recruitment will be the local recruitment, which is why we are in the hard stop. Okay. We are in the hard stop because we haven't able to recruit anyone locally. So that's like our main priorities, how we're going to solve that. Okay. So I suggest there is one person that is interested in working with Jay. I just don't know why she's not calling him, because I already asked her like several times to call him, and that was part of the job, and that perhaps I should have mentioned that call will be reimbursed. I don't know. So I think the one step now is to call April and remove some people from the public rankings so we can recruit some others that are waiting to be approved that are local. Okay, so that is my proposal for today, so we can stop the hard stop.
Okay, so I would just recommend that we go through our little mini agenda for recruitment, because there's a lot of other things that we need to deal with. So we should do one at a time, because we basically just covered like, so we'll make sure we're organized. So we have the status of the hard stop, calling April, public ranking changes, recruitment budget proposal. Was there something else that I missed? I feel like there was one other thing that I missed. Oh, it was the local recruitment. So where does the local recruitment come in? So what are we focusing on? Local recruitment? Maybe it's April. So local recruitment for 5 minutes, and then we're doing April. And the other things we're doing for local recruitment, is it the public rankings changes and the recruitment budget proposal all for local recruitment?
Yes.
All right, so then maybe we need to do 120 degree west afterwards. Other sections. Cool. All right, so does that sound like a good plan?
It's a good plan.
Okay, yes. So we should focus first 5 minutes on the current status of the hard stop, and our priorities doc. Does anyone have that doc linked? Probably find it in the quarter moon session.
Let me check it as well.
Okay. I don't think I have that document. Perhaps let me look for it.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah. Yeah, should I go in the other room? All right, here's the hard stop priorities doc right here. So if we come over here, we open that. It'll have the current progress of the hard stop.
Let's hit that one in the drive.
So do you guys want me to go over the current progress, or someone want to do it? Or also, I would love to take a break in like 15 minutes. If we could do like a 5-minute break.
Yeah. Okay, so what I know as far as the hard stop is because we, as I mentioned before, because we haven't been able to recruit someone locally, which is the most important priority, and we haven't been able to achieve it. So that's why we are in the hard stop, and we will continue in that hard stop until someone is recruited.
Yeah, so I mean, what I have here is that we need a minimum number of people to recruit successfully, and it would be the 120-degree west section would be 1 person. Local SF Bay node is 1 person. So the total.
Well, Hani just got in yesterday, and she's from the 120 degrees section.
Who?
Johnny?
Honey, yeah, we did her onboarding process.
Yeah.
Johnny, yeah, okay. But
Yeah,
she's not a
she's
senior sextant manager yet. So we need to get her to agree to that. Senior
Okay.
And did she get her voice set up?
She's working on that.
Yeah, so I mean, until she gets her voice set up, I mean, it's just not like it just doesn't. It's just there's no way. You know what I mean?
She was going to change that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So for her, what we would need her to agree to is one, she needs to get fully functional and be a full. I mean, we're not going to be hiring senior sextant managers who can't even talk, right? So
Yeah.
So then the next thing would be she would need to agree to do the 120-degree sextant and agree to work that schedule for the senior sextant manager shift. And then that would fill that spot. Does that make sense? Like it's all the whole hard stop is because of the senior sextant manager shifts needing to be filled, right? So it doesn't matter how many people recruit, if they can't do the senior sextant manager shift, it doesn't actually solve the problem.
Yeah.
So we just need that 1 person to fill that shift. And there's also Thomas, which is a possibility. So what's her name again?
Honey.
Johnny.
Ramirez was her name.
So this is
120, 120.
It's very exciting. And then in 120, we've got April and other possibilities. Cool. So yeah, that's the current progress. Are there any questions? Miguel, does that answer your question about why the hard stop hasn't stopped?
Yes.
And we really do need to get like Monty. We need to support Monty to learn the Hawaii Craigslist and help with Hawaii recruitment. You know, because it's like it just needs to happen, you know. And then also we have Nelly, Jorge are supposed to help with these as well, I believe, as well as like local and 120 sextant.
I don't know. I know it's not in our
agenda.
But I don't know. Do you have? Is this, for example, recruitment something that we could have also coordinators and managers and stuff like that? It's just a question.
There's one. The recruitment is overseen by the investor relations coordinator.
Okay. I don't know who that is.
So we don't have anyone.
Oh, okay.
You know, so the investor relations coordinator is helping oversee all of the different types of recruitment, as well as investor relations and other things that are going on. Yeah, it's a pretty important
Jorge
position.
and I have been working on outreach as well, and I think we have had good response because of that. Even though they are in the public rankings, but they are not yet approved. So, yeah.
We have a description of the job. Maybe you can put it in our notes, please.
Description of the job that we are posting?
No, the job of the manager recruitment.
Oh, okay.
And relationships with clients.
Yeah, it's investor relations. Yeah, we don't have no one.
No, nobody's worked on that and made a description doc or anything. I think a doc might exist, but yeah, you can go to the investor relations doc and see all the information, but I don't think anyone's created. I mean, we've never had anyone take on the position, so it hasn't even begun to be organized yet. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, anyways, you know, we can add that as another possible thing for the position. We'll just note that here. But I think we're ready to move on to the next topic, the next subtopic in this case. So this is a position, is the investor relations.
Investor relations, okay.
So why is it possible for the investor relations coordinator to oversee all of investor relations, volunteers, you know, work recruitment, outreach recruitment, and you know, all of relationships with our workers and advisors and volunteers, all that stuff? Why is that possible? Why is it possible that
probably
the investor
because it's got
relations
more contact with the assets that we have, has a direct contact with the money, which is needed to contract more people?
No, my question is, why is it possible for the investor relations coordinator to oversee, like, you know, 10 different areas of recruitment and you know, investor relations and fundraising, you know, all that kind of stuff, and our advisors, all that?
Because investor relations, you know, have to look towards the HR policies and HR stuff, because the people are investing their time, their services.
Yeah, so you guys are 100% correct on everything you're saying. That's true and it's correct, but let me try to rephrase my question. Why can any coordinator position that's overseeing any project, you know, oversee like 10 different responsibilities and areas that are all super important in and of themselves? How is that even possible?
I think it's not possible because there are a lot of priorities and we cannot work in all of them at once. We are going to neglect perhaps one that it's very important. So yeah, I think
I think I understood your question. It's possible because he doesn't do all the tasks within the responsibility.
He doesn't do any of the tasks. Zero of them. None. None of the work. So do you want to repeat that, Jorge?
Yeah, because this person is not responsible to do all the tasks, but to assign people to do them.
Okay, also it's very important that we keep everything really organized, right? So just to repeat what Jorge said, the reason why we can have an investor relations coordinator who oversees many different types of recruitment and outreach and our advisors and investors and volunteer, all that stuff, is because they don't do any work. They're not doing any work. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All they have to do is know who's responsible for the various, you know, parts of responsibilities, and then just, you know, check in, find out whether or not the responsibility got done, and report back to the team. That's it. Right? So there's very, like, people can, you know, take on multiple manager positions. Also, I wanted to make sure it's really clear that when we say position, investor relations coordinator, right? That's a position, and you would link that to the position doc, right? The investor relations doc is totally separate, so it's really important. I know it's a minor thing, but projects and positions are separate, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just important to not link the investor relations project doc and pretend it's the investor relations coordinator position, right? They're different. Cool, awesome. I think we're ready to move on. Local recruitment. Nelly, do you want to do this part?
Sure. Okay, the person we have that is interested, as I mentioned before, is April. I really don't know why she hasn't called Jay, because I've already asked her several times through the email, and as well, and the only thing that she was able to do, it was send us her phone number. Okay. We also need to remove people from the public rankings in order to invite new people locally that are interested in working with us. And we haven't sent any invitations because they are just not approved, because there are people above of them in the public rankings that are not answering to us. Okay.
So we're gonna need to link the public rankings, but let's go ahead and start with just April. So are we just calling April right now?
I got the link.
I think that would be amazing. So let me give you her phone number. Give me just 1 second.
We should have a proper answer from her and
Yeah.
confirm her. That's
The link is working.
And
Give me just 1
again,
second.
there's no. It's impossible to confirm her now. Does that make sense? Like the only way to verify her and get out of the hard stop is to actually have her come to work and actually work, you know, multiple times and have her like commit to the position and to the work. You know, that's how you do it. All right, 510. Is that 5506 4566? All right, let's give her a call. See, and let's go ahead and not have that there.
Okay.
To an automatic voice message system.
Says it's been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
64566 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, April. This is Jay from the FCAN Community Network. We're just calling to see if you're interested in getting involved soon. I know it's the holidays and all right now, but we could always, you know, if you're not available now during the holidays, we could do January, but just give a call back. My number is 415-323-5833, and we'd love to chat with you about your involvement. Thanks. Bye. So I had 510-506-4566. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So April didn't answer. We left a message. I mean, again, it's possible she just didn't ask for enough money. Remember, with the local Bay Area, because that's so expensive to live here, you know, it's like we think of it as like, oh my God, we're offering $2,000 or $2,500. It's so much money, but here it's just not a lot of money. It's like, oh great, you know, I can eat food, you know, for a week. You know what I mean? You know, so it's like it doesn't pay rent, it doesn't pay for like all the travel, all the expenses. It's just like, you know, a quarter of what you really need to live off of. If you think about it, like a quarter to a third.
So we need to increase the budget for that location?
No,
well,
it's just in case we discuss it. It's just in case we say that the budgets are too high over there, but there's a reason, because
yeah. So what happens?
The cost of living is higher there.
What happens is sometimes people who are interested in working with us, they propose an amount of money that's just too low, right? And so we either need to give them their ideal or give them more money or figure something else out. So that is possible. We could potentially try to raise April's rate to see if she takes us more seriously, you know?
Yes.
All right, so let's go on. Nelly, should we go on? I mean, April didn't answer,
Yes.
so.
Thank you. So the changes that I'm proposing for the public rankings are the following. For all these people that I'm going to mention is that we already sent the last third message to invite them to collaborate with us. So we have August, that is local from 120. We have April as well. We already sent her the third invitation. There's where she responded that she was actually interested, but then she haven't called Jay or sent any other email, just her phone number. Okay. Then we have David to remove him again from 120. Lupita Fe from the 60 degrees. Pentagramma from the 60 degrees. Junior from the 60 degrees. Natalie from the 60 degrees. Priscilla, Malvia, Luis, Andres, Gabriela Harkin, all of them from the 60 degrees. And Leah and Jacinta from
Okay.
the
Can we slow down? So, we all agreed that we were talking about the SF local Bay Area recruitment, which would mean that that's what we're talking about. So, if we want to change what sextant we're talking about, then I think it's perfectly fine. But I think we should do one at a time. Trying to do all 10 at once is completely overwhelming.
Okay. So for the local 120, we would like to remove August and April.
All right, let's see.
I mean,
here.
because we already sent them their invitation. I mean, April, I'm not sure because she answered back with her phone number. But then she just dropped the communications with us, and she hasn't provided us her Skype or anything.
Well, so the proposal with April could be potentially increasing her rate. Maybe we're just not paying her enough money, and so she's not taking it seriously. So, for example, right now it says April is approved for $900 a month, which is like, less than, it's like a tenth of what you need to live around here, practically, or less than, 1/7, like a seventh of what you need. So, first thing I would say is that August and Jason, I would love to just put in the 120 degree west and deal with them later.
Okay.
So someone local can be involved in the global organization because they're asking for a small enough amount of money that they don't have to just be in the local position. They can take on a global position. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I would just go ahead and put these, for now, we could pop them into 120 and deal with them there. Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Okay, so then that leaves, this one with Happy. I mean, Happy didn't even fill it out. I would just go ahead and I'm ready just to delete this entirely. Just get it out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and remove. Does anyone object to just literally deleting it off of the rankings? I know we're not supposed to do this, but it's not even a listing. It's it's not even correct. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. Okay? Any objections?
No.
Objections.
Because I like it to be a little cleaner, like get it a little cleaner and organized. So that means it puts me at the top. Then we've got April. So April, what do we want to do with April? So her proposal is 15 for 900.
Multiple messages.
That's her ideal. We can't go beyond her ideal. So I mean, our only other option is asking her to refill out the form, and she could be involved in January at the next budget cycle. But it's we're giving her the maximum that she asked for, so we can't. There's nothing else we can do because we're not allowed to give people more than their ideal.
Yeah.
So it's just very odd. She's obviously missing something. You know what I mean? There's something weird there.
But it's not in our end. We already send messages, and you already put it voice message. So we need to wait for her.
Yeah, I think we should wait for her response.
But if we keep waiting, there's no space for people to...
Exactly. If we wait for her, we cannot just invite, for example, Claire, okay, in Menlo Park, California.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we keep waiting for April, we won't be able to invite Claire.
Yeah.
You know, I think we need to play.
I would say we should set a time. Okay, today Jay sent her a message, so let's come on. You get a message. You message us during the night as well. So if she doesn't come back to us tomorrow, we should vote if we should remove her on the next main session, whether this is Andromeda or tomorrow's session, or I don't know.
Tomorrow's session, that would be a good idea.
Okay.
Okay. So what I would recommend is that, you know, we contact, like, if the money is the problem, she can ask for more money, but it would just take effect in the next budget cycle. So she should just refill out the form with like, just tell her, just straight up, be like, look, if $900 is not enough money to take this seriously, you need to refill out the form and actually apply again with the correct numbers that you would actually take it seriously, and then you could get into the next budget cycle, right? She's still stuck at this 915 for at least another month. But then at least maybe in a month we could get her. I mean, I don't know. It's not going to help the hard stop for the short term, but there's nothing else that we can do. You know, it's like, it's people don't take the form seriously. It's like they're not, you know, it's not our fault. You know, it's like we can't do anything about that. It's like, move on to the next person. So yeah, maybe we should just give her one more chance and then remove her. So it's final, inactive, final, no response. So does anyone object to that?
No.
Okay, cool. So I think that's done. So ready to move on?
But if from this hour, from 2 p.m. AMT tomorrow, we don't know about her, we can eliminate and invite the next one in the list. That I want that approval right now, please.
That would be.
There is another. There are two persons from locally that we haven't invited because we have invited other people before and they haven't answered. It's Christina and Claire, both of them.
Well, what about Christina? It says here that nothing has happened with Christina, that she wasn't invited. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that
She
yellow.
wasn't invited, and she is from Livermore, California. It's kind of near from
Livermore?
Stanford. Yeah.
Let's double check Livermore real quick. So. The Bay. So, context of approving the budget, it was already, I mean, it was already approved, right, at the full moon session. So, which is why they're all bold. Let me see if I can find the updated budgets. Like, we were supposed to have a team budget stock for our recruitment budgets. I'm curious if, I don't know if someone actually made it. You know, we asked for people to do all these things, and most of the time it doesn't get done, although we're getting better at it. But let's see, what are the chances? So this would be the recruitment bill. Oh no, not billing. Recruitment budget doc. Budget. There we go. Related budgets. Overall budgets. New recruits offers and budget spreadsheet. No, it's not. It's not here. Recruitment budgets. So recruitment budget doc. So we asked someone to do recruitment budget doc and link it here. They either just didn't link it here. Oh wait, here it is. Recruitment budget doc. Here we go. Nice. Maybe they did it. Let's see what it looks like. Let me go ahead and copy and paste this to our notes. So the cool thing about the recruitment budget doc in Livermore, Pleasanton, yeah, it's pretty far away, but it is technically in the Bay Area and would constitute local node. All right, so really quickly, let's link this here to our notes. Where are we? We're in local SFA, public rankings, recruitment budget doc. Recruitment budget. Mercury session. All right, so this is the 120 degree west sextant budget. The 180 degree, this is it. So then I just copy it here. And it was agreed by consensus. And we can bring it to our notes. So this helps us keep track of all of the budgets, you know? Wait, this is totally incorrect. God damn it. Okay. We're on the wrong one. It's the local SF.
180. Okay.
Yeah. I did the wrong one. All right. Boom. So this is what has already been approved. Right? So obviously we need to do Christina. No. Yeah, Christina. So it's already approved, right? So it's just like who is inviting her. It's supposed to be Nelly, Jorge, Albina, and Lucy. So we're sure no one invited. And this is not applicable. This 35 hours for 225 is not applicable. We don't hire people for more than 30 hours. So I don't know if we want to lower it to less than that.
I don't know who did that budget, but according to what you told us how to do public rankings and how to invite people, this is just not applicable.
What?
Not even at cash. Because the first ones that are in the public rankings are April, okay? Then they already invited the Bao, Archana, Melissa, Akash, Divya,
no, Divya has been bumped out of the budget, of the recruitment budget.
Okay.
So Divya is not in it, it's just Akash. So it's April, Deval, Christina, Arnab, Melissa, and Akash.
Okay, so we haven't invited Christina. No. I mean, when we did the sum for the budget, and we had already invited the Bao, Archana, Melissa, and Akash.
Christina, sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Christina was she was invited by Albina, and we have accepted your offer working with us for 1,800 per month, or working about 30 hours per week. I can find it over Google Groups. So Albina, I think, invited her.
So you're saying Christina contacted us, or that Albina just sent the invitation?
No.
She hasn't contacted us. I guess so. I checked.
And why is not in the public rankings updated that we already invited her and that she answered back?
I thought you guys said that she did not answer back.
Oh.
So was she invited or not?
She invited.
I'm checking again.
I'll just share my screen. So
okay, please.
So just to confirm, Christina was invited.
Yeah, Christina was invited on December 13th.
Okay, great. All right, cool. So that's done. So now the only question is, what does follow-up mean? What does that mean? Does invited / follow-up, what does that mean?
Follow-up means that we have to...
follow-up is second invitation. I just don't know. I don't know.
Okay, well, we don't know what it is, that we shouldn't write it. It should just be like invited once. It should be really clear. Invited once, you know? Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So what else? Oh, this one right here. There's this problem here with the 35 and 2250. Do you guys want to make it 30, or what do you guys want to do? I mean, it's as low as what is the requested was 2,500, and here was 30 for 2,000. So we could easily do 30 for 2,000.
Or 25 for 2,000.
I guess we did do. Wait, this is 30 for 2,000. Huh. So
we did get a response from.
So I would just say this would just be 30. I mean, it just needs to be 30. That's not. gonna work. And also we do need a last name. So that's a problem with that it just says Melissa. We have multiple Melissas potentially, so we need a last name.
Yeah.
This is a problem.
We got an answer from the ball where he was asking if he had to be in person, if travel is required. So I already answered him, but he hasn't answered back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where is the ball again? The ball is. Why does it just say California?
No, he is in
Davao?
the ball.
Who changed that?
It's changed.
Because obviously California is not local SF Bay.
Yeah. So I think he is in the contact list. So give me just 1 second. Contact list. Let me check. I think he's in the contact list, and that's how we knew he was near there. Oh no, this is the contact log. Where is it? Give me just 1 second. Okay. Okay, I have here. The ball.
It wasn't a body team, but I cannot find it. It was from last week.
I don't have it in the contact info form.
So I mean, we need to email him and ask him where he lives, because if we don't know where he lives, it's a huge problem. So I'm gonna make that red.
Okay.
All right. So if he doesn't live, in the right area, then we just have to apologize and be like, we're really sorry.
I got that he's local. It's local because when he was invited on December 11th, the local invitation, and I also am verifying the recruitment contact verification log, and it says local HQ. So the Val, Archanap, and Melissa were all local.
But that's not how you verify whether someone's local. You don't verify them by like, oh, look, they're in the local list. It's like, no, what city do they live in? And we verify their city, not the list that they're in. Right? So if someone made a mistake and added them to local when they shouldn't have been in local, the only way to verify that is to verify their actual city. There's no other possible way to verify whether someone's local. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, I suppose, and I checked that we were checking where the people was coming from, and we put that on the recruitment contact verification. So that's what I found this one first. But I will check again.
Again, if we don't have his location, then we just send an email and be like, what city do you live in?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Like, we need that information. Without that information, he's not local. He's 120 degree west. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Well, and I would go ahead and put in here that Duval is red. So, have we met the desired outcome here? Do we need to check in on the desired outcome?
Yes, the proposal is to take out August and April, not anymore, but August. The proposal is to approve Christina and Claire.
Okay, well, we can certainly review that. So the first thing is Duval is a problem. We need to that red and address that. Oops. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, August and this is not even in the budget already because it's 120. So who are you proposing removing again? I guess I'm confused.
August.
August is like, as far as I'm concerned, is not even in the local section. That's, you know,
He was.
120 degree, but we can remove it later. But yeah, I mean, I know we already agreed to put them in 120 degree section, so it's removed.
But still we need to remove him.
I know,
even
but
though
can
he's
we
not-
focus on one team
Okay,
at a time?
sorry. Yeah.
Because otherwise it gets confusing. Because in order for me to make a decision on whether I remove someone from that section, I need to review the entire section. Right? I can't just like look at one person outside of the context of the section.
And well, the proposal was also to remove April, but that was before she sent the email back saying that she was actually interested after the third email we sent.
Okay, so going back to the current proposal, so the most important thing about a proposal is to understand where you currently are. And where we currently are is we have a $9,000 local SFA node budget that has been approved by the global team, and that's the budget.
And to approve Christina and
Christina is already approved. Christina's already in the budget and has already been invited. We confirmed that.
She hasn't come back. Like she hasn't said anything. She hasn't shown up.
Yeah, but we could call her. We could text her. You know, we could ask for contact information and just try to get other ways.
Then
I think we really do need to add to our next steps and tasks is to update to make sure we are getting all the contact info we need. A lot of people give us their resumes, and all their contact info is in their resumes. So you got to make sure that we're logging resumes and contact information for all recruits, right? And that's part of the recruit verification log. Is that there is one of the log components is has their contact information been logged in the contact list, right? So so we have a recruitment contact list. So create a recruitment contact list if we don't already have one. You know.
You have it. I will add it there. Okay, give me just 1 second.
I think we might just have the contact form, which is the form that people fill out. But I think we need a separate contact list, which would be separate from the form. I think we need another contact list that's not attached to a form, and this is our official recruitment contact list. You know.
And I don't know if we can approve Claire.
All right. Well, let's take a look. So first of all, we would have to approve Divya in order to approve Claire. So that would be a total of $4,725. And if we already have 9,000, it would be 9,000 plus basically 5,000 would be at 9 plus 5 is $14,000. So in order to approve Divya and Claire, it would be an increase of $5,000 to the local SFA recruitment budget, equal to $15,000. No, $14,000. So that would be the proposal. I don't even know if we can necessarily approve that, but we could propose that, and then we go to the global core team with the new moon and try to push it forward. But it's a lot of money, you know?
We know. That's why we wanted to make a proposal. The problem that we are facing is that the people is not answering. I don't know if they're getting our emails or not. That's what worries me, that they are not getting the emails, or it's not clear enough for them to know how to contact us. I just don't know.
So I really think it's going to be very important to create this official recruitment contact list and to be going. And do we have the log here? Do we have the communications log? Let me see if I can pull that up as well. Oops. There we go, recruitment communications log. All right, so the recruitment communications log is very important because it documents whether or not everything has been happened correctly for each individual person who contacts us. And the most important component in terms of us communicating with them is that they're added to the contact list. All right, and this should be like official, whoops, official, oh no, it's not working. And eventually we have an email list that everyone will be added to as well, but we're not doing good at that. So let's go ahead and switch these. So it'll be contact list, and this will be the added to at least one email list. So added to official contact list, right? So this is very, very important. And this is going to be no. And we'll make it.
So if we remove people from the public rankings, shall we remove them also from this list, correct?
Nope. We don't remove, wait, first of all, we don't remove anyone from the, we don't delete someone off the public rankings in the first place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
we just remove them.
Yeah, we just remove them. So you just leave them on here, right? And you could even have a column here that says that they've been removed, right? But it's the final disposition, right? This is where you'd say they were removed from the public rankings, right? Under final disposition, what happened, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
So, so this official contact list is extremely important. It defines our ability to communicate with someone, right? So in the contact list, there needs to be their phone number, their address, their Skype, you know, their email, like all the information we need to contact them and communicate with them, right? So I think it's very important to do that. So it would be creating the official contact list and then update the official recruitment contact list, right? And you would use all of the contact information that we get for any and all people. We also might want to consider, consider updating the intake form to ensure we get more contact information, right? Maybe we aren't getting enough contact information, right? That's some question marks. So that could be this is maybe a topic, a next step topic. I don't know, and or a task. I don't know. But anyways, the whole idea that it's like, I mean, when I hear the idea that, oh, we sent an email to this person and we never heard anything back, it's just like that's just not sufficient. Does anyone question the idea that all these people, we just emailed them and then forgot about them and that's it? Like we're not, in April, we just made a phone call, so that was good, but the rest of them, we haven't done anything else, right? It's just an email?
But we cannot do it.
Send a message to the phone and to...
You sent a text message?
No, we don't have his phone number.
I understand that, but do we have his resume? Was he from outsourcing?
No, we don't have his resume. He was from Craigslist.
And he sent nothing.
Exactly. Right. Just we just sent him the invitation.
Okay, so I mean that's Deval, but there's 5 other people. So the point is that we just need to do our due diligence, and we need to make sure we're getting the contact information from the various people. Like maybe we should say that we need minimally like an email, a Skype, and a minimum email, Skype, and phone, right?
I'm sorry, I got a question about it. we can send the first questionnaire to everybody. But when they reply, we need approval to move forward, right? So we cannot just get more information about Christina, Anka, Melissa, because they are not approved yet. That's correct?
No, they're all approved. They're in the budget and approved.
Oh, okay. They are already approved.
Yeah, this is all approved. This is the approved fine. This is the current approved local SFA node recruitment budget. Does anyone not understand that? So all of these people have been invited, right? I don't think there's anyone that wasn't invited. They've all been invited. Invited once. So our options, we have two very clear, simple options, right? Option number one is to, actually we have three options, all right? Let's make sure that there's really clear. We have three options moving forward. Three options moving forward. One, to push contacting the current people in the, thank you for sending that email, whoever sent it. So push contacting the current people in the local SFA. Thanks, Nelly.
You're welcome.
Budget. Right, so this is basically like, email every day, phone, Skype, like whatever contact we have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. If we can just contact these people and find out they're not interested, then it's like, boom, move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we basically just need to do 2x contact for each one, and then we can propose to remove them. Option number two is to propose to increase the recruitment budget to 5,000 by 5,000 to add to new people, right? And then the third one, heaven forbid, we do more outreach and posting, right? For example, we have never created, I bring it up every single week, let's create a nice for pay post. That we would pay like $100 to post the ad, and it would need to be really nice. It shouldn't just be like a random link. It should be a nice post, but no one ever does it. So it's like, was that we could do more posting on Craigslist. We could do more posting on Idealist. We never did Idealist, right? There's posting on other local things, We could do more flyering, more local flyering. So there's plenty of other things that we could do to get more people engaged and involved in applying.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I mean, has anyone done any of that in the last week, 2 weeks?
Yes, we have worked on outreach and created
for the local SFA.
Craigslist ad. Yeah.
When was the last time we posted an ad? When was it?
Was last week.
Last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, Steve was working in a template to do so, and Nelly and George and I, she take the template from FQN and posted in Craigslist. Yes, Nelly, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one other possible option here that I could think of is to help Jay with all of his all of his 100 responsibilities, so he can focus more time on. Right. So if we just actually got help, as an example, the Bitcoin ledger needs to be fixed, right? That's time that I need to put in that I shouldn't have to do, and we should be able.
Which one?
Like this one example, the Bitcoin ledger, right? Getting the Bitcoin ledger updated, it has to happen, and it has to happen immediately, right? It's not okay that there's like $30,000 missing, right?
Where is that document? Where is the information for that?
Well, maybe we'll go over it later, but it's in the payroll doc for Exa, and it's in the Bitcoin ledger, right?
Please, if you can give me right now, it will help me a lot because I want to help in that matter. Just give me.
We will see it later because right now we're focusing on recruitment.
Just put it there, and I will read it later. But just put it there because sometimes I can find my way into the document. So if you can put it right there and just do it, that'll be
here. What I can give you is, let me see if I can find the 8th moon notes.
Maybe we can do it like a topic. Like,
okay, so here are the 8th moon notes.
Where does
go.
Jay needs help in order to him to concentrate in recruitment?
Yeah, so this is the 8th moon notes. 8th moon notes. This is the co-chair for the co-chair notes. Okay. So it was our first co-chair meeting actually yesterday. It was pretty cool. So in there it has the information about the Bitcoin ledger. So anyways, the more time I can work on local recruitment, obviously the better, right? So, but I had a huge deadline. I've been working for like the last 2 or 3 days on the Exa Inc. finance report that was due, which was overwhelming, and I basically did it all by myself, you know? So it's like, if we could get other people working on these, and that's like one of, dozens of responsibilities that are on my shoulders that I have to do, right? Which is why we're hiring and spending. How much time are we spending and money we're spending on helping with this recruitment with the hard stop? It's like we're spending a lot of money trying to get recruitment done.
Yeah.
And it's yeah. So we could also spend all that money just getting all the work done, right? And then I would be able to focus more on recruitment. But I did do all the flyering. I did all the local flyering. I've talked to at least 5 people on the phone, and I talked to them, and I encouraged them to get involved, and I talked to students, and so I mean, it's happening. The word's getting out. It's just, either we're just not offering enough money.
Jay, sorry to cut you down. We recently received an email from a new person. Can you check it, please?
Yeah, let's check it. Also, I think it's also important to check the bottom of the public rankings. Have you done that yet to see if anyone new added themselves?
Yeah, I did that, but we don't have anyone from.
It was not updated, but now it's.
Yeah.
Wait. Walnut Creek, California. This one right here, 12/14, is today. So someone just did local SFA for Walnut Creek. $7,000 a month ideal. That is the correct jurisdictional rate. So the fact they put $7,000 a month for their ideal means they're taking this seriously. That's very important, actually, right? Because they understand what we're talking about, right? Most people, they'll put a too low number, including Steve, right? It's just way too low. Britt McGinnis, Portland, New Jersey, MX,
That's Mexico.
Mexico. Okay, so this one probably.
It's Mexico.
So this is probably 120.
120.
Portland is definitely 120. New Jersey is going to be 60 degrees. That one's going to be yellow. Okay. Cool. Well, that's exciting. So let's go through this. So this is 7,000, 35, 25. Happiness and success, very creative. 5,500 is requested for $40 an hour. Lowest is $4,500.
4,500.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be too. Oh, nice. It's probably gonna be too high, but let's just add them to the rankings real quick.
The one from Portland, Oregon, didn't add her contact info, and that's always a problem.
Well, but we don't have an email or not?
No.
No, it's not there.
We don't.
Well, then see contact list, right?
I'm there, and it's not in the contact list.
Oh, well, that's gonna happen sometimes. That people don't give us their contact information. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah. We have one. I'm wondering something, Jay. In the contact info form, there are some people that are not in the public rankings, but we do have her information. For example, let me check it. I can share my screen because it's always a problem. Okay, so we have in the contact list, for example, from Ankara, Alaska, Beth, and we don't have her on the public rankings. I already sent her a message to fill it out again. We have from Salt Lake, Tahoe, we have Sue Harley. She's not in the public rankings, as well as Ray Cook from Oakland, which is very, very near from you, but she's not in the public rankings. So we also have Rebecca from Sunnyvale. I'm not sure if that's close. Sunnyvale from Stanford.
Okay, so I have another one that's, oh, Los Angeles. No, this is wrong. Never mind. Keep going.
The distance from Sunnyvale to Stanford is 20 minutes. Okay, so these people, Rebecca, Ray, I think I don't know why they are not in the public rankings, but they are local. Okay.
And where did you get their information again?
Am I not showing my screen?
Oh, I'm just not looking at it. So the contact list, yes. So people fill out our contact list. We should be immediately contacting them and letting them know that we want them to fill out the form, right? So again, there is another step there that if we get people's contact information, but they haven't filled out the form, we need to get them to fill out the form.
This is not only the case of them. We also have this guy, Lucia from Mexico, who appears in the contact info form, but not in
the
our
public
rankings. I don't know why that's happening. Also, we have, well, Hani, he was in the public rankings, but we have Beth from Anchorage, Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
We have Sue Hurley, I believe that's not near San Francisco, but we have two potential people for San Francisco area, which are Ray Cook and Rebecca.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, contact them. It's also possible that they used a alias, in which case we need to just connect their alias to their contact information link, right? So when we have our official contact list, it needs to include aliases because people can use aliases if they want to. Obviously, using an alias creates complications, and it could be possible to accidentally skip people.
My following question: are we allowed to approve these people? Well, we cannot approve them because we don't have a budget for them. But send them an invitation as soon as possible. Okay.
Or ask them if they had an alias, right? Who is their alias? Like, understand that. But again, that would be something you don't necessarily want to do.
No, it's something that we need to fix because people that are in the contact info form are not in the public rankings, even though with the alias.
I know, but I'm just saying that if their alias isn't clearly, they could technically be in the public rankings. We just don't know it because of their alias. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just making sure you understand there are two components there. But either way, we should still ask them to fill it out and make it clear what their alias is if they didn't fill it out correctly, and then also make sure they're added to the log, the contact log, and make sure that everybody in that list is added to the official recruitment contact list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then is someone making the official recruitment contact list? I think it's going to help us a lot. So then we can easily identify those recruits which we don't have the right contact information for.
I thought the log, but okay. So my proposal right now will be to invite Claire. To send her an invitation.
Okay, I mean, you can propose that and we can vote on it. I personally would vote no because it's against the policy because it skips Divya.
Okay.
So the proposal is, no, why is it going so slow? So the proposal is, I don't know if anyone else can take notes here and write the proposal. Oh, here it goes. Proposal to add.
Okay. So we have the phone number for Ray Cook, who is in Oakland. Yeah, very, very good.
Budget. So it's like $3,000 or something like that. What is it? $2,300?
Yeah.
Increase the budget and skip Divya. So that's the proposal. Do you guys want to vote? I would vote no because it's against the policies and it's increasing our budget to more money than we have in the budget. Jorge, Nelly?
Well, I would say
I vote yes because there are other people that are just not responding.
yeah. It just comes up that the first thing that we said at the beginning. They are like, we are on a hard stop, and
So how can you guys say that they're not responding when you only invited them once?
No. We have. Let me check.
Divya's not on the budget.
Okay.
And was invited twice, anyways. But either way, she's not on the budget anymore.
I think Divya was invited.
Twice.
I don't know who. Twice. Divya, yes, was invited twice. Yeah, twice. Second invitation sent. I think it was when Joyce or Albina was sending like invitations to everyone without checking the budget first. So she was accidentally invited twice.
No, she was invited correctly twice. I even talked to her on the phone multiple times. There were all of the problems with her visa status, and we bumped her out of the budget to add other people. Right? Okay. She got bumped out of the budget. So we're no longer inviting her because she bumped out of the budget. But if she contacted us, we would, address it and get her involved.
It's just that I think that while waiting for other people to see if somehow they show interest, we are losing people that maybe will be interested and committed. Because I just don't understand why we send them an invitation and contact information and your number, and they just do not hold back,
Well, I don't know either, but I mean, if we want to review the process, we can review the process. But our process is that we contact them 3 times before we remove them from the budget. I mean, if people don't like that process, I'm down to consider something else. But I don't think that it needs to take that long to really push it and contact them 3 times and to call them and email them and Skype them and do all the things that we should be doing to get in touch with them.
Yes. So,
like there's a lot of jobs that require you to have a resume. Right? So us to require them to give us their email and phone number, and Skype or whatever, their contact information is not a big deal. Like, it's like we should have that.
Yeah. My question is, for example, if we already know that Divya has a situation and she's not able to work with us, that shouldn't stop us. I know we have the budget, but that shouldn't stop us for reaching out just one more person because we are in the hard stop. I know that perhaps in a regular form of be in the work, but everything is working out, we shouldn't do it. We should respect the process, and we should respect the policies that we have on that. But right now, because we have the hard stuff, I think we should, take other kind of proposals because we need to get out of the hard stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so let's finish this vote. My direction that I would want to go is just like, why not just add $5,000 to the budget and add 2 people instead of just 1, so that we're following the policies. But anyways, let's go to Asif and Miguel. And Jorge, you're voting yes. See, you got.
Yeah.
I'm not understanding pretty well what's going on budget, because the budget from San Francisco Bay Area is where was that? It was like it is
Sorry.
for San Francisco is $3,000.
No, we changed it and updated it. Let's see, maybe they didn't updated it correctly. Yeah, it's right here. New recruitment budget. So we need to get rid of the old recruitment budget. This is the old recruitment budget. Delete all of that. So this is the new recruitment budget. And it's the previous was $15, 15,000. We added 26,000. Now.
Come again, where is?
The total recruitment budget is $26,000.
$26,000. 2600.
26000.
26,000, but for San Francisco. That's
no, for the total global recruitment budget.
But we are not. But exactly. So, okay. First of all, we need to define how much that would be to see if that person fit into the budget of that area.
What?
I believe that's the first thing to do before to vote.
Can you say that again? To what?
We got an overall budget of $26,000. We need to define how much is going to be to San Francisco Bay Area,
which is $9,000.
Okay, it's going to be $9,000. So from those $9,000, how much we are using right now? But the only person in San Francisco Bay Area is you, right?
The recruitment budget is totally separate.
We have to add them. We have to add all the people that we are sending to the budget, because if suddenly they all respond and they all want to work with us, we won't have enough money to pay them all.
But we're not expecting that, right? If we hired $9,000 a month of people, it would fire everyone else across the world times 2 practically. You know what I mean? It's like a $9,000 local recruitment budget is a lot of money, right? For local SF Bay Area, you know, and so we're proposing to move it up to 14,000. So, we're proposing to move it up to the initial 2,000 will be 11,000. So your proposal 11,000. My proposal would be changing it to 14,000.
The moment I just hear from you, every single people that we send invitations. Okay, I think in the worst case scenario, they say yes. Need to fire every single body from the rest of the world.
No. I'm just saying it's equivalent to that. We don't have to do anything. But the point is that it's very, very high.
Yeah, because it's the minimum amount for work to have a good, decent life in the Bay Area, right?
Yeah. So, anyways, I think it's pretty clear. If you want to abstain, you can abstain. Like, we really need to move on. I wanted to take a break an hour ago, so I'd really like to take a break in 7 minutes. If whoever's the timekeeper, they can remind us to take a break.
And say just yes or no.
I abstain in this matter because it's not clear for me right now. I think if we spend a little bit more time in this matter, we can do a lot of progress in the budgeting and to adding more people, like you just says.
But we just need to say you as people are abstain. Okay. Okay. All right.
So anyway, so that particular proposal isn't passed. The other option is just adding the 5,000, which I would vote for because if we add both people, we don't skip anyone, and then we are following the protocol process, right? Another interesting concept that we're proposing and talking about is the requirement that every Recruit provide, 4 contact methods. So this would be, email, phone, Skype, and other. So they give us their email, their phone, their Skype, and one other method of their choice. Right? So I feel like, and if they don't have Skype, it's like fine, like at least get 3, but they should be required to give those 4 contact information unless they don't have it, unless they do not have one or more of these methods. So they need to tell us that they literally do not have that contact. And then we should say that snail mail doesn't count. We should be getting everyone's, well for the legal side of things, but that's part of the tax forms. It's not really part of the recruitment process, right? So this would be a proposal for recruitment, for updating the recruitment process itself. So what that would mean is that anybody in the current budget that we don't have all their contact information would automatically get cut from the budget. Does that make sense?
Well, yes.
But it also requires us to actually figure out who we have and who we don't have in the contact list, because we don't have the official contact list because no one has done it yet. And that column got ignored in the contact verification log. It just, no one did it, right?
Let's do this. Why do you take a break? We are running from 2 hours now, so maybe it's time to you get a break, and also everybody get a break, 5-minute break.
Cool. And just so you guys know, we're probably gonna do more like break. You guys can, because I haven't had a break for 4 hours. How long it's been? So I'm just gonna get some food and stuff, but you guys can start without me if I'm a little bit later, okay? But anyways, we need to figure this out. I mean, I think Nelly is right that there's a problem. We need to figure something out. We need to streamline our recruiting processes, and we need to be contacting these people. And when we contacting them, they should be responding. And if they're not responding, then it's like, boom, we're in the hard stop. A couple days go by, boom. That's the second invitation. Another few days go by, boom, third invitation, done. Move on to the next person. Remove them from the list. That it shouldn't be like, we should know exactly when every single person is going to be removed. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? There should be a specific date, but it will require a set of steps that need to happen before they're removed. All right, cool. All right, so can someone write that down in the notes, please? Who's doing note taking? Because it feels like it's just me recently. Anyone doing note taking? No one's helping with note taking? No one. Okay, well, I'll go and write it in the notes since no one else is doing notes. I want to repeat what I just said so I can write it in the notes, or should I just try to figure it out? So this was, we need to have that have to occur for each individual before they are removed